wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Uh, as I said earlier, we have a great fortune of getting association from His Holiness Shamak Rishi Maharaj from India. So I shall request everyone to, whoever would like to announce their name can announce their name right now, who has joined the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all the devotees on this call. This is Geeta from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, this is Vinod Maheshwari from Maryland.
Hare Krishna Vinod Prabhu.
हरे कृष्णा पद्मिनी राधा माता जी and all the assembled devotees, दंडवत प्रणाम. श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय. This is Shamarasika Devidasi from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Shyam Rasika Mataji, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanur Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. This is Radharaman Das from Warwick, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Radharaman Das, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you for joining the call.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances and all adoration to Guru Maharaj. This is Nikunja Rasada from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Nikunja Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Guru Maharaj. Thank you for joining the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madana Pranam to you and all the devotees on the call. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Rupini Padma Devidasi from Orlando, Florida.
Hare Krishna Rupini Padma Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Guru Maharaj. Jai. Thank you for joining. Okay, I think that should be it, I guess. So, Nikunja Prabhu, we are recording the class, right?
Yes, it's started, Mata.
Okay, thank you. Whenever you are ready, Maharaj, you can start speaking.
Okay. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to read Srimad Bhagavatam in front of you. I will take 3-4 verses and just explain as we are reading. I had just another class just before that in Mayapur Chandra School. So, Om Adhyanta Vedandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militavena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manopustam Sthapitam Yena Vitale Swayam Rupa Tadamayam Tadati Sva Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Samsajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Savana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vidamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Tapta Kanchana Bhavarangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Krishnabhanapati Devi Brahmame Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prem Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushri Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krapa Sindhubhyev Cha Patitanam Padmabhyam Vaishnavabhyam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhagavata Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Kacharine Nirvishesha Shri Ashyatharine Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Satyam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jaya Naskaprayeshu Pudreshu Nityam Bhavata Sevaya Bhagavati Shloke Bhagavati Srimad Bhagavatam Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we are reading after Prahlad Maharaj Destruction means instruction, and Prahlad Maharaj was being loved by Narasimha Dev and all those things, and he was on his lap. And so rather than his father's lap, he has now the lap of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Narasimha Dev, which is much more eternal. Father is going to go away. So we should also take hold, shelter and support of the Supreme Lord. That would be eternal. But when we take a diksha, then all your previous diksha is given to the soul, not to the body. The body is destructible. This relationship between the spiritual master and the disciple is eternal. And eternal is soul. So the diksha is for the soul, not for the body. Body is anytime it can disappear. So after Prahlad and he was sitting on the, at that time, like this story was being told after Rasu Yagya, Indraprastha, who was telling the story, Narad Muni, Sri Maharaj, they were talking about all this. So that he wanted to know about this thought. Prahlad was so fortunate to have appeared, appeased the Lord and having personally seen him. But he said that we are not so fortunate. So Narad immediately encouraged him. You and some Pandavas, Yudhishthira was there, are most fortunate. Because Lord Narasimha appeared to Prahlad, Supreme Lord in his original form is Krishna. So Narasimha is Krishna. Keshava Dhrita Nara Hari Jai Jagdishara. So he is saying, Narad Muni, Supreme Lord in his original form is living with you in your palace. So more than Prahlad is the fortunate people are Pandavas. And Pandavas more fortunate like Uddhava. And Uddhavas and means are more. So they are in Dwarka. So they still get to interact more with the. In this way, there is a hierarchy everywhere. Whoever is more dear to Krishna, that's what we should become. To please Krishna and become more dear of him. And if you love him, you will become dear to him. Somebody loves selfless service, even in the material world, then will become more dear to that particular person. My grandmother had 6 sons, but our eldest son not working. He was practically had no job. His wife also died. The other sons were well educated doctors, engineers. I'm talking about 100 years ago. But she loved her eldest son more because he used to serve her the most. Although materially he was not qualified, but she loved that son and looked after all the requirements because he was serving her most. So Supreme Lord, in his original form as Krishna, is always living with you in your palace. So being attracted to your devotion. So he is going to be attracted even now also if you become his pure devotees. Krishna is your intimate friend, cousin, well-wisher, guru, and he acts as a servant for you. Even Brahma and Shiva cannot understand and describe the Supreme Lord's glories. It's the glory of the Supreme Lord. So he is so dear. So he is in his devotee's heart. Devotees are in the heart of Krishna. Krishna does not know anyone else, and a devotee does not know anyone other than Krishna. Ananya Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paripasate Teshan Nityavi Yuktanam Yoga Kshamaham. Say that you don't worry about your yoga and shame. Means you unite with something you don't have and to protect. But we should not be worried about according to our destiny. You will always get what is needed. How many children, many years you will live. So unnecessary to waste so much time in unnecessary labor. 1 job, 2 jobs, bringing froth in the mouth. That is all effects of Maya. But you work normally, work, dedicate your life, work and take care of the deities and family as a service to Krishna. Then everything would be okay. So, our main thing is association with devotees and serving the Vaishnavas. And that's what Lord was cleaning. Krishna was cleaning the plates of all the visitors who visited this last year. Nara, once Lord Shiva derived power from Krishna to kill demons who tormented the three worlds by traveling in this invisible airborne phase of Tripura. But Tripura was a demon who lived with the Tripuris, but the Lord Shiva gave power to three cases he made. Lord Shiva did that. But Maidano with Tripurari is called Sadashiv, Ashutosh. So many names. So then there is a description about the four social orders and spiritual orders. So that is what the desire of the Yudhishthira. Narada is getting Sanatan Dharma and Varna. What is the difference? Sanatan Dharma and Varnashram Dharma? Quality is like humility. So Sanatan Dharma is Bhakti Yoga. And our eternal religion is to serve Krishna, is to satisfy Lord Hari by performing Bhakti Yoga. And he described 30 qualities like humility, mercy, non-violence, by which one can satisfy the Lord. Narada afterwards described the duties, the qualities of the four Varnas in the Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras.
Hare Krishna
The
Maharaj.
Varnas are not based on the
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry to disturb you, Maharaj. Can your voice is cracking in the middle?
Oh,
I don't
okay,
know if it
okay. I
is
will
just for
try.
me or if it is for everyone, but it seems to be cracking in the middle.
Okay, okay. I will try my best. Is it okay now?
Yes, yes, Maharaj, this is perfect. Thank you so much.
It's just a small Indian cell phone that I'm giving. I don't know how to operate like iPad or how to operate more for a TV. So that's why I have to give it. And this is small and your voice may be cracking.
Thank you so
That.
much, Maharaj. Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
So four social orders, varnas and ashramas that has been given. So far in that text number like 34, that text when the yogi regularly practices in this way, in a short time his heart becomes fixed and free from disturbances. Like a fire without flames or smoke. Now this is the text number 35. We'll be reading Kamavidhir Anavidham Prashanta Kilavrattiya Chitam Brahma Sukha Sprastam Naivoti Stheta Parichip. Translation. When one's consciousness is uncontaminated by material lusty desires, uncontaminated means there should not be any lusty desire. Should not have calm vasana to enjoy sex life, smell nice thing, hear something sweet that you like. It is all in the mind. Nothing in the senses or the objects that you want to enjoy, but it just one feels that way. And that is by the wrong training. If we are trained properly in brahmacharya and grastha ashrama, one would not lose the taste or attraction or the material things to enjoy. Our real this enjoyment are all flickering. They come and they go away. And we have to take another and another, but just to enjoy our senses, just to fulfill our sensory desires. So because of the desire, one should not be, cannot become a desireless. One has to have a desire. That is thinking, feeling, willing. That is a symptom of the soul. So it is there. But we should, by training, just by training, one can be free from the desire to enjoy in the material way. Our soul can enjoy this with Krishna. So we have to give the importance to the soul, not importance to the soul is initiated, not the body. And so this initiation is eternal. So we should give importance to the soul, not to the body. So here, so when our consciousness is uncontaminated by lusty desire, material lusty desire, it is material, but there are spiritual desires. To be with, associate with the devotees, serve them, chant the holy name, take Bhagavad Prasad, preach to the others, bring them into the lotus feet of the Lord. There are many ways when the books feed Prashadam to others. So it becomes calm and peaceful in heart. Our one is situated in eternal blissful life. If we don't have this contaminated consciousness, our consciousness should be pure. It is called pure Krishna consciousness. Once situated on that form, one does not return to this place. Yet Gatwana Nivartante Tadhamo Paramam. Once you go to that spiritual place, then you can live there peacefully in association with Krishna in any kind of mood, either awe and reverence, with friendship, with parents of the Lada, having some Madhurya Bhav, in Viraha or in separation or direct connection. In both ways, you could enjoy Krishna. But it should be pure consciousness, pure Krishna. So Brahma Sukha, Sprashatam is also described in Bhagavad Gita. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Swachtina Kanchati Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madhvaktin Lamate Param. So Brahma Sukha, Brahma Sukha is that you don't have, you enjoy in Brahman platform. In platform where there is no desires to enjoy the senses. Since you are not on topmost, Brahma. So in that stage, when you are no motive, you could take to devotional service. But devotional service, you may say, how we could take our, we are not purified. You could just take and then by the mercy of the devotional service, your desires would end. So you should not give just the results of your work to Krishna, but you should give yourself to Krishna. There is a big difference. If you give yourself to Krishna, then Krishna, from today I am yours. Please, whatever, मारो भी और आपको भी है जो कुछ इच्छुक तुम्हारा. Whatever you desire, you keep me in that way, and gradually we get purified. करता करता अभ्यास जड़मती होती सुना. रसनी आवत जात होते सिल पर निष्ठा. One boy was going to suicide, kill himself in the well. And then because everybody was mocking at him, and you could not even get even 10% of a mark. What are you doing? Because they're better than hearing so many comments. He just wanted to jump in the well. When he saw that some ladies are touching the water, and it is iron and stone is so hard, but there was a mark on it. It's a soft road. It is such a soft, and it could also cut the stone and cut the iron. So he said that if I do practice and practice makes one perfect. So he was started to practice, and then that was very successful in it. Was coming on the top level just because he saw the Jagat or on the well that there was marks from the rope to the hard stone. So if you do practice makes one. So Arjun is asking that control the senses is very, very difficult. You are saying control the senses, but I cannot. It's more difficult than controlling the wind. You cannot just control the wind. It is more difficult. I cannot do it. Then Krishna is saying that just by abhyas, abhyasena to Kaunteya, by abhyas you could do and control your senses. The main thing here it is being said is about the senses that you could remain peaceful, calm and peaceful. You could develop bhakti when you come to that state. So purport, one who is transcendently situated. Transcendently means in Krishna consciousness. At once realizes the Supreme Brahman, that there is some Supreme Satya God. When it becomes fully joyful, it never laments. Means your bhakti starts when you have no material desires. You could start earlier, but it would be just a preliminary. Ultimately, you have to give up all material desires, and it is possible by practice. The Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments nor desire to have anything. He is equally disposed towards every living being. Because he knows that everybody is a part of Krishna. Everybody is a spirit soul. So he does not become envious because of the progress of others. So, but he becomes friendly. If somebody is higher, he serves them. If they are equal, he makes friendship. If they are lower than him, then he becomes very merciful and blesses them, teaches them and embraces them. Not that become envious or let me put him down. That are activity of the demons, not the demons. Uh, Equally disposed towards every living entity. In this situation, he becomes transcendental. He begins transcendental. So in this situation, when you come, that you become no desire of any material activity, material senses to charge, or devotional service, transcendental service or devotional service to the Lord. Generally, once elevated to the transcendental platform of Brahma Bhuta Sutta, Brahma Bhuta or Brahma Sutta. Brahma Sutta is very great than the material Sutta. Material cycle is slow, human cycle is stale. You cannot enjoy the same thing forever again and again. You want new and new things. You become greedy, and you lose your really Krishna consciousness when you want to enjoy the senses. When you stop sense enjoyment, then automatically you become more and more purified. Generally, once elevated to the transcendental platform of Brahma Sukha, transcendental bliss, one never comes down. But if one does not engage in devotional service, there is a chance of his returning to the material world. Aruya krachena param padam pata patantyada. Nadrat yasmat angra angra hriya. I have some problem with my eyes. So one may rise to the platform of Brahma Sukha, transcendental bliss. But even from that platform, one may fall down to the material platform if he does not engage himself in devotional service. So you have to constantly remain in devotional service. Then you would not fall down. So if you are chanting, that's why you chant everywhere, wherever, in driving, sitting, wherever, even the dream you could chant. So if you are chanting regularly, then you will be very happy. You will enjoy that stage. You don't have to fall down to the material or level. Hello. The text number 36. यह प्रव्रज्य ग्रहातुर्वं त्रिवर्गाव अनात्मनः यदि सेवेत तान् तान् भिक्षुः सवैवान्ताः शपत्रकः. One who accepts the sannyas order, like this is about the varnas we are talking. There are 4 varnas and 4 ashrams. This what Prabhupada describes this many places, and Krishna also describes that we have to follow proper varnashram. But varnashram is not the end. That is you follow, that is the beginning. But varnashram is, it changes with whatever varna and ashram you are in. But devotional service does not change. It is same. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Ismaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dashyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedam. So this, but bhakti does not change. You could be in Brahman, there are different rules for Brahmana, but ultimately means the beginning may be different, but ultimate marg or place is the, like somebody may be Karma Kandi or Karma Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, Ranga Yoga, one may be, but the Bhakti Yoga is the top one. So
Hare
everybody is
Krishna Maharaj, 1 minute. I think everybody needs to mute the phone. And I'm not able to do because I'm not the admin.
Jay will go Friday night, but
If everybody can please mute their phone. We can't hear Maharaj properly. Thank you.
Okay. Can you hear? Okay.
Yes, Maharaj. Yes, Maharaj.
Okay. So we are reading text number 36. One who accepts the sannyasa order gives up the 3 principles of materialistic activity, in which one indulges in the field of household life, namely religion, economic development. So this is about the household life. One is your dharma, artha, kam, and moksha. Religion, economic development, and sense gratification. One who first accepts sannyas, but there is, after this moksha, then you could take to sannyasa order, but then returns to such materialistic activity. Means you have taken sannyas, now you are done already, and then you come back. It is like you are eating the vomiters. You throw up, you have gone through, And then again you pick up that is called Vantasi, one who eats his own vomit. So foul smelling, so bad, you don't want to even see it. But that is what the sannyasi who return back to Grihastha life. So purport, Prabhupada is writing, materialistic activities are regulated by the institution of Varnashram. That is for materialistic activity. Varnashram is not the end. Varnashram is just the beginning, and then you come to devotional service. Shravanam Kirtanam. So, because devotional service is the same everywhere. The goal is devotional service. The goal is to love Krishna, not the goal that you remain Virastha and 1% sannyasa and brahmacharya. It's not our aim. Aim is to, and anybody could take to that in any walk of life. But it starts, this is the beginning, is with Varnashram. Yes, father has to have a child, the son. You teach him in Krishna consciousness. You teach a wife, children. As part of Krishna has given you the opportunity to serve him. And you should act like at least 25-year brahmachari. Then you go to Grihastha life. And with that way, you will be controlled and you will be a nice Grihastha. If you have background is brahmachari. So brahmachari life is very, very important. Nowadays, people become so much fallen and attracted to sex life and other. And a boy is attracted to girl, a girl is attracted to boy. So all these things is going on, but that is not the progress. Progress is of the mind, progress is of the education, that you know what is the spiritual culture is, Bhagavad Dharma is. And so Bhagavad Dharma is not to remain in Grihastha or any of the ashram, but Bhagavad Dharma is to engage in devotional. Then you may be in any, but if you don't have devotional service, you are in material consciousness. You want to enjoy the senses, you will fall down. Because senses can never be satisfied. And if you are not satisfied, you will think of them at the end of life. And when you are thinking of them, whatever you think, then you will change the body, then naturally, whatever your desires are, they are fulfilled. If you want to show your body, become naked. If you want to eat meat, become tiger, cheetah, whatever you want. You could pounce on the animal and eat hot blood also. There are different, we should always think of Krishna. Sadatam kirtayantavam yatastasya dhridavrata. That you think of Krishna, then you will go to Krishna law. One who is thinking of Pitars, they go to the Pitar law. So different ways that Krishna decides, and he puts us in that and that condition. So in the purport, materialistic activities are regulated by the institution of Varnashram. Without Varnashram dharma, materialistic activities constitute animal life. If you don't follow even the Varnashram, which is the lowest kind, then you are really like animal. You for the person. You even in human life, while observing the principles of Varnas and ashramas, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanprastha, and Sannyas, one must ultimately accept sannyas. Ultimately, sannyas is the topmost order. Hence, renouncing everything without trying to enjoy the senses. Yes, you take prashad, you travel. That is all right, like Prabhupada showed. He was a perfect sannyasi. But he was preaching, he was translating, he was engaged 24 hours in the service of Krishna. That is sannyas. Kayana Vansa Vacha. By working and Kayana, by the body, mind, and words, you take Krishna in your life. That is sannyas. Pretending. One must ultimately accept sannyas, renounce the order. Or only by the renounce the order, one can be situated in Brahma Sukha. Brahma Sukha. It's very, very high Sukha. Brahma Sukha, but very beyond Brahma Sukha is the devotional Sukha, Bhakti Sukha. Transcendental bliss. In Brahma Sukha, one is no longer attracted by the lusty desires. Indeed, when one is no longer disturbed, especially by the lusty desires for sexual indulgences, he is fit to become a. If one is not indulged in this way, then he becomes fit to get sannyasa order. One is in Brahma Sutta, a transcendental bliss. In Brahma Sutta, one is no longer attracted by lusty desires. Indeed, when one is no longer disturbed, especially by lusty desire, for sexual indulgence, he is in the spirit to become a sannyasi. Otherwise, one should not accept the sannyas order. If one accepts sannyas at an immediate stage, sannyas in an intimate stage, immature stage means it should be completely mature. You should not have desire to enjoy the senses. So there is every possibility of his being attracted by women and lusty desire, and thus again becoming a so-called grasta, or a victim of a woman. Such a person is most shameless, and he is called fantasi, or one who eats that which he has already vomited. He certainly leads a condemned life. In our Krishna consciousness movement, it is advised, therefore, that the sannyasis and brahmacharis keep strictly aloof from the association of women. असत संगति आगे वैष्णव आचार, एक स्त्री एक असाधु एक अभक्ता है. स्त्री संग एक असाधु और अभक्ता. So one should not only woman that you should avoid, but woman hunter, the one who is close to the woman, you should avoid his association also. Maybe not a devotee, you should avoid his association. So we should know more and more about what kind of association, how it affects us, how it affects our devotional service, because your mind would go to enjoy the senses. Even while you are chanting, that could happen. So first control the senses, and that could happen by chanting. Chanting and devotee association. साधु संग सर्व शास्त्र का है, लव मात्र साधु संग सर्व सिद्धि है. So one should not take a sannyas at an immature stage. Means even in sleeping you think of Krishna, even in working, chanting, you don't see that I should enjoy my senses, that I should enjoy like this. You go to a Grihastha's house and become attracted to a woman or to the comforts of the household life. One cannot practice sannyas. One will fall down by sin, and one will stay longer period. Oh, it is very comfortable here, so let me stay here longer. That will also make you fall down. If you have a desire to stay in that way, then better get married and not become laughing stock or some others. A bad example. Follow all them from your path. I'm not saying that one can remain like this lifelong, but that is involved that you will remain sannyasi lifelong. If there is some desires that can be, but then you get married, you don't remain in sannyas and become a mockery of the whole society. Such kind of people are called vantasi, eating your own vomiters. Because all the life they have seen before, then now after taking sannyas or danda, you cannot indulge in those things. It is fit to become a sannyasi, one who has no this desire. Otherwise, one should not accept the sannyas order. If one accepts sannyas at an immature stage, there is every possibility of his being attracted by women and the lusty desires, and thus again became so-called grasta, victim of your own. He certainly leads a condemned life. In our Krishna consciousness movement, it is advised, therefore, that the sannyasis and brahmacharis look from the association of women, so that there will be no chance of their falling down again as victim of lust. Okay, this is text number 36. Those who take sannyas, they talk little bit about varnashram, and one should not have any desire to enjoy the senses. We may say we have been given senses, but we have spiritual senses now. So these material senses are temporary, it will go away. So why not to enjoy the spiritual senses? And they become happy by chanting, by reading books, by discussing, reading scrolls, Bhagavad listening or describing, to remain close to Krishna in every way activity. So text number, or I will just give summary of this chapter. It's long verse. I will so let me describe a little bit summary of this chapter and what this lusty desire and how does it come. The main teaching is lusty desire, that we should be out of the lusty desire. So, for a spiritual seeker, if you want to seek spirituality, like you are all seeking lust or desire for material enjoyment, especially sex pleasure, is a great enemy. Several sections in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are several sections have been described the dangers of lust, along with the fitting example that who are the personalities of lusty. It's like Ravana was lusty. Then he had to conquer. There are Rakasur. He was very much lusty. The lust is there in everybody, but it should be curbed by practice. It should be controlled, otherwise you cannot say mock, like a mockery of your, that he is a holy man, but what kind of holy man? We are talking about dynamics of lust. How does it happen? So, degrees of lust, seed of material existence. Prana states that the root cause of material existence is the seed, lust, desires in the core of everyone's heart. So if you have desire to enjoy senses, you have not started enjoying, then that is the seed. Spiritual lust, 6 anarthas, kam, krodh, lobh, moh, mada, matsarya, all have their proper use. So we should use the proper use of this. How to get rid of kam, krodh. So spiritual lust is also there, and material lust is there. So this kam, krodh, lobh that comes to even devotees also have their proper, but they all these things have their use in the spiritual service. And the Lord and His Guru. Even great devotees think that they are under the influence of the lust. Prahlad says, "My dear Lord, my mind is extremely sinful and lusty." Although he was not lusty, he is telling from our point of view that everybody is lusty unless you try something and understand that we all have so many material desires. So regulation of the lust by concession. Among 4 ashrams, only Grahastha is given permission by the Guru to indulge in sex during the period of favorable for procreation. So if you cannot completely control, then get married. Don't try to remain like brahmachari or vanprasthya sannyas. But think of that. Let me just learn. Let me listen to it. You could listen to the same thing, but in good consciousness around devotees, and then you should try to give it up this. But come to a grahastha life if you cannot control, you cannot remain. Select a woman of similar tendencies, a devotee, and both could practice Krishna consciousness like that is grahastha, so not graha maybe. Don't become graha maybe. Maybe means enjoying unrestricted enjoyment of the sense. So servitude should be there. Absorption and means great attention. So one should be determined. There is concession of the grahastha life for people, and by determination, by making plans with determination, one should give up lusty desire for sense enjoyment. And so you could have spiritual enjoyment also. That is, so this great attention towards the Lord even may be due to lusty desires. Pariki and Sokya. The gopis by their lusty desires obtained the mercy of Krishna. Krishna was so beautiful, but it is they are attracted to Krishna. So we should also become attracted to Krishna by seeing his qualities, seeing his beautiful form, chanting his holy name, This Naam, Roop, Gum, Leela. The Naam, chanting purely would give rise to these qualities. Guna, Leela, you could see the Leelas in your chant also, in Toraj also. You could see all this. So we should have servitude, absorption in thinking of that. The gopis by their lusty desires, obtain the mercy of Krishna. Then by service to Guru, hearing, glorification, and remembering the Lord Aditi worship. That also helps. Saintly association, offering the respects to all. So one should be absorbed in this, like Gopi were absorbing in Krishna. Always Litna, Putna, whatever they're milking, household work, taking care of children, they were always chanting and thinking. So another is you have a servitude there to be Guru, hearing from him, glorification and remembrance of the Lord. Liti worship, saintly association, offering the respect to all living entities, because they are all part of Krishna. One can cut down the influence of lust and attain loving service to the Lord. Now there is yoga that you can practice, but that is a bhakti yoga. As I told you, that other yogas are the karma yoga, you could raise it to the higher planetary system. Then effect of lust, unhappiness, anger, contrary results, disturbed always, loses, losses from lust, lusty desire. From the very beginning of one's birth, the function of one's senses, mind, life, body, religion, patience, intelligence, shyness, opulence, strength, memory, and truthfulness are all vanquished by these things, they go away. And then lust leads to ignorance. When one is too much attached to the material enjoyment, he is bereft of all knowledge. Kamas tatter atma. His knowledge has become stolen by lusty desire. Then lusty absorbs. Just as the absorption of lusty man in a woman is deep, one should be fully absorbed in parts of Krishna. Then overnight indulgence. Sex life is like eating compared to the rubbing of the two hands to remove the itch. Maybe they are indulged, enjoying propensity. They are not grastas. Main ashram grasta, if they remain pure and they support each other's life, means out of 8, 1 in ashram, 4 ashram. Brahmachari is the only one who engages in earning money, working outside, all, but he supports all other ashrams. So that is important. So otherwise, sex river is like each. So I have to end here. If there is any comments or questions, you could ask me. Please unmute, although I know that it is not 1 hour, but I kept it shorter. As I was in another call, another class, again the video, the temple and talking to the devotees. If you have any pressing questions or any kind of things to explain,
Krishna Maharaj, Madhanat Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for your association after a long time because I was not here. And also my apologies, I was not able to meet you and your family because somehow we came back and there was a jet lag and, it was a little bit hard for me to come in the family. I'm sorry about that. But yes, Maharaj, I always miss opportunities.
You talk. No, it was very nice. Okay, Mataji.
Yes. I remember talking to your son and hope he got some guidance from some devotees from Alachua because I think connected with one Shruti Sagar Prabhu. So Yeah, but Maharaj, such a wonderful class. So nice to hear from you. And it's essential to hear in the morning. Like every Sunday morning, our mind is like just filled with thoughts. What we have
Our
to,
mind is
all
flickering,
the more we
goes
get
from one to another, and never satisfied.
yes. Never
And it
satisfied.
burns
It's always
like
thinking we have to do chanting, but then while chanting, also be thinking what you have to do during the day, what you have to do. But we have to force itself to hear Krishna Katha. So thank you so much for giving us that opportunity,
right.
Maharaj.
Okay,
Hare
thank you.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mata. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Anyone else has any comments?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanavad Pranam Jashpad.
Hare Krishna,
Thank
Radha
you.
Rama Prabhu.
Thank you, Maharaj, for the
Thank
good
you for
class. Very
coming
nice
to
class.
us
Yeah.
and encouraging me. Thank you, Prabhu. So if there is nothing more, then we will
Hare
end
Krishna
the class.
Maharaj. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare
All
Krishna.
glories to Srila Prabhupada
Jai
and Guru
Srila
Maharaj.
Prabhupada.
Maharaj, you mentioned that we should not just give the results, but we should give ourselves. But as grahasthas, how can we completely give ourselves when we have so many duties? Thank you, Prabhu. Maharaj.
Means whatever, if you give yourself, then any duty you do becomes part of Krishna consciousness. Kayana Manasa Vacha. You should give up yourself, your by body, Kayana Manasa by mind, and by speech. So you should give everything for Krishna. And it should be done in any ashram, any form, even as a grahastha. You just, although you are thinking of the children, but children are yours, given by Krishna in your duty. It's your duty to serve them. So you could think of you are serving Krishna even by taking care of the family, earning, working. So if you don't give up yourself and just give the results are in the hand of Krishna. So what we could give is what Krishna is giving you. But if you give, that is the love. Love is give yourself in everything. Normally, like woman when she's married and she loves her husband, she gives up everything. First, she gives herself, and gradually she does more service, and she attracts you. So same way, we would be able to attract Krishna if you give ourselves to Krishna. He's mine, I'm yours, and I'm meant for you. You do all the service, then all the service becomes part of Krishna consciousness. So that is, there are some verses are also there. I don't have in front of me, but there are verses that you give, and then you not give, not just the fruits of your hard work you are giving. That is not the way, but you give yourself. First, I am yours. Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite par. Krishna is yours, and you could give it to Krishna. You could give that Krishna to us. So that is the prayer. And so I hope you understand.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you very much. No, as grahastha, sometimes we have to choose between coming to class versus taking kids to something.
Both, they
So we
could
have to.
take care of both.
Mm.
Bring the children, love children, and if that is necessary, Prabhupada says you would even only one place he says that you may not have to complete your chanting. If you cannot, if you have to take care of a child, think that it is Krishna service. When you are chanting, even you are hearing child's crying and all these things, but because child would become one day a devotee, so it's also a serving Krishna. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Anyone
Maharaj.
else has any?
Thank you. Thank you, Maharaj. Nice to hear you again. And it was really nice to associate you when you visited Maryland. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for
Okay, Prabhu.
your servant.
I was
Nikunj
at your
Rasada.
home, right?
Yes,
I was
Prabhu.
at your
Yes,
house.
Maharaj. Yes, Maharaj. Yes.
Thank you for your wonderful association and one
Yes.
wonderful prasadam. And one devotee said that I never ate like this kind of breakfast for a long time. He was very happy. And I was happy too. It's a sweet and sour and all kinds of, 4 kinds of Chaturvida, means all kinds of juice were there. Yes. Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
Prabhu,
Maharaj. Yeah. Thank you.
for
Hare Krishna.
having us at your home.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanu. This is it.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Par Pro, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam.
It's just few days of your trip to India, right? You are coming in few days.
No, Maharaj. I'm in US only. I'm in US only.
No, but you are planning by
Maharaj is
31st of March. No, May, 31st May or something like that.
No, Maharaj. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Be somebody
Anyway,
else.
you let. Achha. Okay, you let me know. Okay. If you are here, come to our temple. I'm inviting everybody, whoever could come.
Yes, definitely Maharaj.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
What service Guru Gauranga and Krishna. Devo.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
We can offer our prayers since Maharaj has to leave for another class.
Yes.
Vanchakalpatarubhasya.
First there will be Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Ananta
Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Shri Maharaj ki jai.
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 Thank you so much, Maharaj, for your
Thank you,
association.
Prabhuji. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Maharaj,
Mataji.
for wonderful
Hare
class.
Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hare
Hari Bol.
Looking for your association again, maybe soon, whenever it
So,
happens.
26th, Maharaj. Your class is again on 26th.
Oh, another class is on 26th.
Yes, Maharaj.
26th. Please remind me ahead of the time, okay?
Yes, Maharaj.
On